Welcome to the periodic table introduction video. Today we will discuss families, which are also known as groups or vertical columns on the periodic table. The most reactive metals are the first family and are called the alkali metals from group 1 or 1A. They all have similar properties due to them all having only one electron in their outermost shells. These are known as valence shell electrons. The elements will readily give up those valence electrons to form ions with a plus 1 charge. Our second family of single valence elements are known as the alkaline earth metals from group 2 or 2A. These metals all have two valence electrons and tend to lose those electrons to form ions with a plus 2 charge. Again, these single valence metals only form one type of ion. They all form ions with a plus 2 charge. Our next family are called halogens from group 17 or 7A. These are the most reactive nonmetals. They all have seven valence electrons and will gain one electron to form single variants of a minus one charge. Our final family are the noble gases from group 18 or 8A. They all have full outer shells and are therefore non-reactive. When you include all these families with the rest of the nonmetals, they are called representative elements. Representative elements are all found in groups with the letter A in the group label with a Roman numeral. The Roman numeral represents the number of valence electrons for every element in that group. These elements will all form single variances. For nonmetals, an easy way to find the charge of an ion that it will make would to take the number of Roman numeral represents and subtract 8. The designation that separates metals from nonmetals is known as the broad staircase. The broad staircase separates the metals from the nonmetals, which are to the right of this broad staircase. Metals are every element to the left of this staircase, with the exception of hydrogen. Hydrogen is the only nonmetal found to the left of the broad staircase. Elements directly touching the broad staircase will have properties of both metals and nonmetals. They will have more of the side they're on. These metals and nonmetals touching the broad staircase are known as metalloids or semimetals. The only element that touches the staircase that is not a semi-metal is aluminum. Note the numbers for the rows or periods on the periodic table. These are known as period numbers and are used to determine the energy levels of the outermost electrons. All of the metals that are in the groups that are not representative are known as transition and intertransition metals. These metals can form multiple variances. This means the element can form two or more different ions with different charges. The charge is dependent upon the elements they are reacting with. The lanthanide and actinide series elements are known as intertransition metals and also have multiple variances, meaning they can form more than one type of charge for their ions. These lanthanide and actinide series are named after the elements that they follow on the periodic table. The metals in the representative element groups are known as non-transition metals and have multiple variances. The last period in these metals are known as man-made radioactive metals. These metals are all synthetic and they all decompose extremely fast. There are three transition and three non-transition metals that you will need to know only form single valence ions. Silver only forms ions with a plus 1 charge. Zinc and cadmium only form ions with plus 2 charges. Aluminum, gallium, and indium only form ions with plus 3 charges. This and more will be taught in this unit for the periodic table.